Hello and welcome back. I'm Bebo Joe, and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Realistic Season, or whatever. There was a poll not too long ago, and y'all said, hey, how about some night views? There you go, it's night. Yes, I will turn them on and off depending on what we're doing. Right now we're not planning anything, so may as well get a little check on all the things that are going on. As you can see, no flickering, which night mode is a great way to diagnose what your problems are with your power grid, because if it's flickering, you don't have the right amount of power coming into your anything, really. Look at how many vehicles I have driving around. That's pretty awesome. What are we doing today? A lot. We have rail somewhat completed. You will be able to see that. We will set up the signaling, and I had one little thing because this happiness was not going the right direction, and that's well, I'll explain to you what's going on there, and then I think we may be able to start the next city. Very good. So here we are. The first thing that I want to do before I get into this too much is signaling, because signaling is really one of the things that this channel started on, so may as well continue that. Very simple guide. Chain in, block out. That's really all you have to remember. What the heck does that mean? That means we have a couple different signals here. We have a semaphore. I call this a block signal. We have a chain signal, chain semaphore, and we have a mixed signal. One is mixed, and one is two up, like two for up and down. We will get into all of this, but for now, this is what I'm talking about. The chain signal should be the one that enters a junction, like that and that. This is right-hand traffic, so if you want to do left-hand traffic, one, change it here to put the signals on the other side, but two, also go into general settings, I think, construction tab and up. There, trains run on left track. Because there is some different logic for what track they pick if there are multiple tracks to pick from. So if you want to run left-hand traffic, make sure that you check this option. Obviously, I don't do that. So that's what I'm saying. Chain in, block out. What else? Well, this is not a simple chain in, chain out, because I set it up so that a train could go in on this side and then leave again on that side. Okay, so we need a mixed signal that looks like this. A mixed signal, and it's going to be the same as before. Mixed signal has a chain going in, and if you come out this way, there's a block signal letting you join into that side. That's exactly what we need here. And what am I even talking about? There's a block signal, and I'll separate it. And that's what I'm going to continue here for a while. But now you see that we have two different colors. We have purple and orange. Both of those are relatively bad. Orange is expected, purple is bad. Purple, it means there are too many junctions connected to each other. And when you get into that situation, you generally want to get rid of the purple. Very, very important. But we're not there yet. What are we going to do now? I'm going to try to signal these up as good as I can. Make sure that your blocks, this is blue, that's a good color, that's what you want. Make sure that your blocks are long enough to contain the trains that you intend to run on your network. However long those trains are, does not matter. You just need to make sure that you actually can handle all of them. If you don't know how long your trains will be, for example, this train distribution office, which still needs some fuel brought in because this guy is not done yet. Hold on. There you go. This office, how long is this? It is approximately, I don't know if this is exact, but it's approximately 150 meters long. Trains that come out of this distribution office will only be up to 150 meters long. Very important. So make sure that your blocks are at least 150 meters long. If you don't want to pull out your tape measure all the time, and you use distribution offices primarily, go pick up a distribution office and put it in between your blocks. If it fits there, it will fit the train. Otherwise, you can use the measuring tool if you really want to. Another thing that you should recognize is the trains actually tell you how long or what length the train is. 210 meters here. It's longer than this block. So I'm going to adjust that. Also, this train currently is longer than what I can fit into this block right here from there to there, so we will have to adjust that momentarily, really. So we're going to send this one home so I can actually make that happen. Wonderful. What else is there? Yes, make sure that if you have more dedicated tracks like this one, okay, this gets a little more complicated now, but a train can come in on this side and enter the fuel loading, unloading right here, and then it can leave either this way to the north or go south again and come out here. That means this block should be left open just for one train, because once a train is in here, that train is not going to go anywhere. But the other way has a separate block again. So once a train passes this signal, another train could enter here, and as long as that train can move forward or backwards, we're good and nothing will be blocked. Same thing is true on this side. It's the exact same setup, really. I don't know why there's no room for a note there, but it doesn't matter. Same setup. Once a train passes that signal, it doesn't need to turn around anymore, but there's enough room for making everything happen that we care about. Wonderful. So once a train leaves here and they want to refuel, they will not go past the fueling station. So how about we put a signal here? So this is all just for one train. That's the same thing we're doing on this side. One train can enter here and get fuel. If there's a train here that wants fuel, this signal should be red, which means no other train should enter there. They can potentially go through the fuel loading and unloading station. It's just liquid fuel or liquid loading and unloading. Very good. And that means train will actually use both sides of this junction, which is exactly what I want. Let's go on this side, set the same thing up, a block signal to get out, and a chain signal to enter, like so, and then a mix signal to, well, get into here. I'm not going to worry about this piece of road right now because it's a very, very rarely used piece of track, and we don't have to worry about that too much. But here's another thing. Very, I don't want to say complex, but a complicated junction. In reality, this junction is way overbuilt because of the way we built this. There's track here, and there's a simple crossing here. There's a simple crossing back, which makes, we're not going to do this, all of this track, like up to here, completely unnecessary because it's effectively the exact same block as everything that's over here. So we don't need it, and you will see trains sometimes crossing over here just to cross back over here. My rail construction cranes have done that a lot. And it's just there. When you build junctions like this, you don't necessarily have to build it as wide as I have, but I have. So here we are, and life will go on. It's not the end of the world, but there are better ways to design this. It's what I guess what I'm saying. We're still going to do this entry here, and I will have a mixed signal on this side for both of them. Make sure that you point your chain signals always into the junction. This is not the junction. This is just the well, the platform that we care about. But most of the trains, I hope, will go past here. If there's a train inside the station, that will be helpful. Something weird will happen over here. There is a bunch of single track right here. Well, you don't want to block this. You don't want to have a train in there, so don't put a signal there. What we're going to do is put a signal right here, actually as close to the junction as we can. Why is it important to get really close? Because it gives you a little bit extra wiggle room for what trains you can put in there. This is not a super long train, but it's a long enough train that I don't think will cause us problems. We'll do the same thing there. This is just a single train setup. If I really need to, I have to add a second a siding here for allowing more trains to come in there. But this piece, this junction, will stay orange, and I will not disconnect it because the way it's built just doesn't allow for it. You can totally plan this different, and you can make the junction a little more effective. Last thing, block out again, and chain here. And now, as you can see, we have, oops, sorry. As you can see, we have blue, different shades of blue, and orange. Orange is okay. There's only going to be one train allowed inside this junction at a time. So once a train enters any of these signals, no other train is going to be allowed in, and all the signals will be red. That is not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing at all. That just means nothing will get blocked. You may have situations sometimes where a train will actually go straight here, and then a signal over here may turn white. White means part of the track ahead of you is available, and you could go if you wanted to. Sometimes trains will do that, sometimes not. I'm hoping this junction is not going to be overly used, even though it's one of our main export points. because when it becomes really overloaded, it means everything over here backs up, everything over here backs up, and into this area will also back up, and that will cause problems. We have to rethink this. Right now, I'm planning on ship exports, which means we will go a different direction over there somewhere, and we'll probably build some bigger rail setup and more queuing space for them, and that should be fine. But here's what I mean earlier. If you connect this, now you have a junction here, and there's a junction here. A junction is just anything that doesn't just have one entrance and one exit. Now you have orange and purple. If you have this signal there, a train could enter here, go past this, and be happy, and get to any of the parking spots and then turn around and come back. That works as long as there's not another train that wants to come from here, because this is green, this is chain signal. Chain signal is green if the next block signal ahead is also green, which in this case, that's a block signal, this is a block signal, and this is a block signal. If any of those are green, the chain signal itself will be green. If this was a chain signal, it will only be green if the next block signal after that chain signal will also be green. What am I talking about? Let's make this a chain signal, and let's make this just a block signal again. We'll do the same thing. So green, when this one is green, if this one is green, if this one is green, right? If this one is red, this will be red, which would make this one red. Very simple. You can always have a train enter on this side to get into this block, and a train enter on this side to get into that block, and now you have head-to-head collision of two trains that can't go anywhere. You don't want that. So keep your signals out of the junctions if you can. Orange is okay. This is a relatively long orange junction, but I hope this area is not going to be highly used, and that'll be nice. Side note, I did add another fire station over here because this fire station is actually able to cover the farm area, which is very important to me. And I think the stuff down here is covered by these guys. Nope, it's not covered by those guys. So I do need a road connection going from here to up here. So fire coverage is something you can't really live without. I would like this to not be completely hideous. Thank you. There you go. Don't worry, I'll get back to track signaling here in just a second. Let's make this a little more smooth. Let's make this relatively smooth. Sure, that could also be a dirt road. I also didn't have to do that right now. Could have done that later, but here we are. So yeah, build all this. Get my gravel done. Also build this while you add it. And build this because I want you to. Cool. Hey, the station is done, which means our rare construction office can continue building this loop. A nice side effect of this loop is that it will actually be a full turnaround loop. So trains that need to go somewhere or another way that get to this junction can just turn around here and get wherever they need to go. Cool bonus. Not necessarily, and you can totally solve that differently as well. Okay, continuing. This siding, how long is that siding? It's relatively long. I don't know how long it is. Will it fit about two? Oh yeah, it totally fits two trains from the rail distribution office, so we're going to use that with our mixed double semaphores. It's about the middle here. And all this does is just place the signals on both sides of the track, so you don't have to double click anything. It doesn't work on nodes. It doesn't work on bridges, if that's something you care about. And then we just place another one right here. And as you can see, it doesn't work in a curve as well, which is a little unfortunate, but we just put our chain signal here. We put our block signal here, and you can have these as nice or as ugly as you want. Mine are not perfectly aligned most of the time, but I am not terribly worried about that. Get our block signal here because this is a junction. We're leaving a junction. Get our chain signal on this side because we're entering a junction. And get our mixed ones here because I want trains to be able to enter this section from both directions. And I put a crossing in there not too long ago. Something that I will keep doing is let the export train for the bauxite run and not be part of the rail distribution office because, well, no, actually I'll take that back. It's only going to be a little shorter than what the rail distribution office can do, and that's totally acceptable. So what I'm going to do is just take out 4. That should be fine. Then I will send you to the customs house. And once it's done at the customs house, I will send it to the rail distribution office and life should be good. Oh, look, signal's actually doing something now. What is the signal doing? Let's see here. Well, we don't even have to pause time, just slow it down. So this chain signal is now red because this block signal is red, because there is one train inside this orange block. It doesn't matter how big that block is, right? Live showing. That's how that works. If I would put another signal here that would create a separate block like that, then this block signal is now green because the block in front of it, the blue thing in front of the block signal, is completely open. There's nobody in there. It's this signal that is red again. And now I'll show you what I meant earlier. Because a chain signal is looking at the signal and the next block signal. It doesn't matter how far away that block signal, it's just the next block signal. So if we turn this one into a chain signal, everything is red because this chain signal is red. This chain signal is red because this block signal up here is also red. And you can put as many chain signals in here as you want. It does not matter. Just put them there. They all do the same thing. If you turn any of these into a block signal, all the chain signals turn green. I hope that makes sense. A chain signal just looks at the next block signal. Doesn't matter how far that's ahead. I think I used different labels to describe that before too, but this should get you there. Over here, this is actually a relatively well-used road, so I'm going to actually care about signaling this up well, so that the train doesn't just block this, which is okay. This one may be able to put another train in there, but maybe not, so I'm just going to leave that as is. And then, yeah, you just go around signal until it doesn't make sense anymore. This junction over here was not going to be highly used at this point, so we will chain that up adequately later. But here, same thing as I did earlier, put a signal or start a block outside the train station, fuel station, so a train can actually leave the fuel station and the next train can get in, so it's not blocked. That should be fine, and then we just continue this. And we are at our, well, what do you want to call this? It's our border crossing rail yard junction thingamajig. Yes, that's what we're going to call it. For shunting yards or yards like this, you do the same thing. You have a chain in and a block out. Once any of these are green, a train gets in there. I will tell you, and I made these way too long. Okay, interesting. I will tell you that normally you should only allow one train per junctions like this. I made these junctions extremely long. They're absolutely not necessarily that way, but that's what they are. Because if you add too many signals in here, then trains will not spread out adequately. There's no first out, first in. It's more like a function of power. How fast can they move? And that's not always a good thing. So yeah, just be aware of that. Signal this one up. That train obviously fits here. This one's actually red, which is not adequate. We may fix that here in a second, because this signal's obvious. Ooh, I wonder. No, you should definitely be green. We'll see if that fixes itself here in a second. It's just maybe slow. But let's let the trains leave on that side, and I guess let them leave here. And now we're signaled up on this side. This guy is really not that important, but maybe it's complaining about that, so put a mixed signal here. Yeah, that one is green. I don't know. This is orange. This should be fine. You should be able to just turn around here, but you really, somehow you're not doing that. Oh well, we'll see how that goes when we get back there. Let's make this one adequate. Some chain. This is just, again, a big junction. Do not put signals in here. It will cause you more harm than good. Just put the adequate mixed signals where they belong. In this case, here, and then I put one longer one right there. And that should be fine. Cool. Everything is signaled up to this point, and that's as far as I wanted to signal it up, because this is still part of the rail construction office, and it works a lot better if you don't have signals in there, so they can just run out here and do whatever they need to do with their cranes. Cool. That is working. Next thing that we're going to do is get some vehicles in here, because this is causing trouble. It's not refilling as fast as I needed to. And one of the things I had to do is this. Crime and justice is not supposed to turn on until you had 12,000 citizens. However, it had enough of an impact already on happiness that I just had to add something. I only have 3,000 people right now. But the... Oh boy. Let's get this increased. The cases that came up had such an impact on my city already that it just felt like I had to add this. And this is increasing happiness overall, and it's also increasing loyalty. So that's good. The problem is this. We currently don't have anything delivered there. So let's see who does that. Who's delivering to here? Those are just set up to have direct lines. That's interesting. Let's see you. Road Cargo Station 2. That is right there. Get whatever you need. Bring food and all that stuff out here. Okay. I would also like you to bring food and clothing at least over here. Make that a reasonable amount. And then I think we could afford having one meat truck just parked there. Building without power supply, that's not good. One meat truck just parked there, but I have to wait until the meat trucks come back to actually set that up. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get that. We'll get that working. The other thing, that's still too many people. The good ratio is 1-to-1. If you have one worker for every one prisoner, that's great. 1-to-2 is okay. Once you get past that, you have too many. Right now we have 12. So having 15, 20, so I don't have to come back too fast, should be fine. Let's keep our loyalty up because that helps a little bit with this. Yeah, how will your government loyalty be affected? It's not good right now. So let's get this high, and this number is highly affected by the people that actually work here, and as you can see, they're not super loyal right now, so that actually has an impact. Let's get this one really high, and as we get more loyal people, that number should improve and get better. And right now, obviously, we don't have food and clothing, and without that, we're not much good is going to happen. Don't forget to use your prisoner buses to actually make these people work. What should they work in? I think this area is perfect for them. Can a prisoner bus drop off at a, let's see, prisoner bus? P, please, prison bus, yes. Can a prison bus drop off, oh, they added more. 5, 6, 13, 18, ooh. I like the biggest one. That's all I really want. I don't know if a prison bus can actually drop off at a bus stop or if they have to go right into the building, because if they have to go right into the building, this one, more often than not, will not have space available, but oh well. We're still going to continue having the normal bus stop coming in here, so it may be fine. And I think they can even work at the food station, but I'm not 100% on that. Cool. Anyways, what am I doing? Yes. Court. This. Sentences for crime. These by default are too high. Way too high. Because all you want to do is reduce your criminality to 0. Once you're at 0, you can't make it any better. So having really high crime sentences is not good for you. It's actually bad for you. The people that are in here serving a sentence for 3.3 years. You're almost 1/3 done with that. Okay. Your crime rate is 0%. They shouldn't have to be in prison for that long. Like, the thing that prison does for them right now is make them very angry at a lot of stuff, but it does reduce criminality. That's nice, but it also makes everything else worse. So if you're losing 5% criminality a year, you're at 0%, well, you see the point, right? You don't, the sentences don't have to be that long. Make this actually even shorter than that. Let's turn you down to some reasonable number. This one makes me a little nervous because it's already flooded, probably because things... I'm just going to cancel all of them. I do realize that there are some in there that probably already could have been solved, but here, let's just give it a good fresh restart. And if this doesn't work, we can just add another small police station for the time being so they can take care of all that. Cool. Rail cranes are doing their thing. Yes, I wanted to set up these. I don't know that we're going to get to, what's it called? Set up the city. Because there's still more stuff to do, and we're already really far in. I want you to go drop off there and then come out and do all the other things. That sounds great. I need you to get a vehicle. Diesel loco is fine. This one is nice and cheap and fast for now. Cheap is really what I care about. 1300. This one's a lot more oomph. Get one of those. They can come out and do their thing, and then we need some wagons. What do we need? We need wagons for the rail distribution office. What does it have to transport? Everything that goes here. Okay, we need cargo wagons. Yes. We need a couple boxcars, 15 meters, 22 tons, 24 tons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should get us somewhere. Great. I need some open wagons. We have this one, this one, this one. Yeah. These three could work for what we're doing here. Price is similar. This one has a little more capacity and it can transport vehicles. I don't think that we ever need that, but if we do, that'd be nice. This one cannot transport vehicles. Also, the rail distribution office cannot transport containers or vehicles. I don't think. You have to set up a separate line for that. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, just because it's fun. Okay, that should take care of this. We also need meat. So let's get a meat truck in there, meat wagon in there, so we can deliver this. And then I would like to be able to also deliver fuel. Do we have a bigger tanker? Yes, we do. 120 tons, give me 2 of you. And now we just spent all the money that we had. Which is a little dangerous because once you start using trains to import your stuff instead of using trucks to import your stuff, every time you import something, it's a lot more expensive than it was before. It can be good or bad. How are you doing here? Let's speed up the thing. You're almost done. Okay, once you're done, I can send you to the rail distribution office, set up the rail distribution office to actually export this stuff. And then I can move the other trains over. That'd be nice. Yeah, not having these trucks have to go to the border will be a lot more efficient than what we're doing right now. What else do we have? Citizens, yes. How many free show overlays? How many free apartments do we have right now? 188, 249. Okay, we have a good 300 available and 143 there. So we have a good 600 or so. Plus children don't really count into that. So we're going to be good for a little while, which makes me relatively happy. How we're doing here on research. We're doing okay. How we're doing on smart people? 59%. So yeah, this is still fine. Let's get advanced engineering going, and you go to depot. Wonderful. Now we can start these guys on doing something more useful. I was breathing hard there because once a train gets here, they have to be able to turn around. They can turn around through this line. Okay. I wasn't sure, but that will work. That will even work later on if I allow it. But all I want you to do is go down here. Don't wait until loaded because that's not going to work. And bring everything that you have there, unload, go. Do the same thing for this one. And once they're done, I will, well, assign them to the rail distribution office as well. That should be nice. Okay. Yeah, you go home. And then we can tell the distribution office what we actually want to do. 81,000. Our only import is the bauxite. So this bauxite train better get back to running because, ooh, this is full. Oh, it's full because I had it set to it was sitting in the depot for a while. I also did something silly. I can only pick up one of the fuel tanks at a time. That's great. I also did something silly. I left a bunch of trucks, wagons here. They should be also in the rail distribution office because it doesn't have to use this train all the time. It can use the other trains if we really want to. That train is obviously stuck there. What is this? Bulldozer wagon thingamajig? Where is my crane? Something was in here, which is why nothing was moving, which is okay and adequate. I just prefer that it didn't do that, but that's fine. So, you, buddy, let's set you up. I would like you to, let's put this in the front. First, unload everything that you can. Actually, just bauxite and gravel. If you want to. Gravel is really not that important, but we have a lot of gravel right now, so that's fine. Go here. Load. Storage percentage is, let's say, ooh, I wonder if I can add you twice. For bauxite, I want the storage percentage really to be just a full train, which is 600 tons, which is half? Yeah, no, 40%. It's like 2,000. So half of that is 1,000, half of that. So really at 40%, you should have at least a full train running. That's good. Can I add you again? Nope. So that's fine. You can also bring gravel out, just also for the full train. That's fine. Bring that and unload it. You should be heading out that way already. Nice. Then I would also like you to drop off stuff here, and that's why I want you to load at the customs house, but we're not going to set that up yet because we don't have the correct thingy yet. Set that one up. Storage percent 30% is probably adequate. Yay, there's another wagon coming in. Unload it, and then I want you to come back. Cool, that works. That was important. Do you have fuel? Do you have fuel loaded? Yes, you do have fuel. Very good. Yeah, then you can come back. We will also use this once the stake car actually arrives there, but we don't have that luxury just yet. Yay, our wagon is actually filled up with something. Just bauxite. Happiness is good. Unemployment is a little lower than I expected it to be, which is interesting. Missing supplies. Why is there no food here? Did I not tell you to pick up food from here? Load that. Unload both of those. Do we not have food here? We have a lot of food there. You have something else stored? You have a little bit of clothing stored. That's unfortunate. Let's get another covered hull. We can't afford covered hull right now. May actually have to take it alone. Hurry up, train. You, money train. We need you. Yep, we're at 0 money. That's not good because that means we don't have any cash coming in. Let's give me a little bit of this. Low percentage is great. Buy one of this, and now we should get 64,000 in and pay off that loan really fast. This is going to get pretty busy because 3 trains is nothing to smudge at. Yep, you come in here. Oh, something that I haven't done is set a minimum. Oh, no. There are a bunch of settings in the rail distribution office over here. Minimum count of wagons, minimum train length. If you set the minimum count of wagons to not 1, then it will never send just 1 wagon out, which sometimes is a good thing. But for example, if you need fuel, my tank right now holds 120 tons. Well, that's actually not bad. For a tank, that should be fine. So 240 tons of fuel is doable. Over here, we can load 79 tons of material. So let's call it 160 tons of things that we need in this area, which is probably easy for this if we allow it to be filled up pretty far. Food-wise, yeah, it should be fine. Minimum count of wagons, if we make that 2, it should still function. The better you can tune this in, the better for your efficiency. And sometimes it's better to have multiple distribution offices just so that you can have one that will only send out trains with at least 5-6 wagons on it, and one that will do the opposite of that. Either is functional. Where's this rail crane? Here or there. Okay, I would like to take them out of the mix because I don't want them to impede my traffic situation. So you go there, that's fine, and you can go here. You see that color? That's a partial green, which means this one is green and this one is green. There may still be something going on here. Let's put a chain signal there, and now, yeah, I expected you to go because this green, this lime green is telling it, hey, you can go there now. Okay, how many wagons do we have left? So we have fuel now. That's another hopper car. Okay. Here. Sadly, it's going home now. It's not ideal, but it will figure itself out once we have more trains sitting here, that more trains will just go to export stuff instead of one train. It's not as efficient as a single train line setup, but it will work. You see, these 2 trains just passed each other inside the junction because I knew that they were going different ways, different routes. That is nice. Money-wise, we're doing fine. There's still a lot of pickups there. There's still 4 to pick up from here. That will all happen, I'm sure. Bauxite is good. This one is good. That one is going out to pick up my bauxite again. That is all nice. Yeah. What else do we need? Well, we'd just like the trains to actually get done so we can start, well, being more efficient with things, but it's going to take a little while because there's still stuff sitting here. I don't have money to really buy another train right now, so I'm not going to do that. But hey, once this one is home, we can actually set up the rest of the system. Just a matter of time, as usual. Engage track further ahead. Oh no. Yes, you're waiting there. I expect you to wait there. Where's the last one waiting? Where is the last one waiting? And this is why I prefer leaving all of this. Oh. See, yeah, this is what happens. They're blocking each other, and now this one's blocking the rest of the junction, which is very, very annoying. So what we're going to do instead of that is just put a mixed signal right here. So the reconstruction cranes can cross over whatever they need without getting into silly situations like they just did. It's still going to block places, but it'll be fine. There's a train sitting there, there's a train sitting there. Come on. I'm trying to do things here. How is this going? You have food now. Good. One prisoner escaped. That is fine. I do want another meat truck to deliver food there. For meat trucks, I really just go biggest is best. So refrigerator, refrigerator, refrigerator. What is our big one? This is our big one. Let's get this set up to actually do something useful. Prison. Yes. Load. Prisoners. Very good. You can go there, but you can't go there. That's fine. As long as there's something else that loads and unloads them, that shouldn't be a huge deal. Also go there, because why not? Go. The meat truck should be back in just a second. And yeah, you just need meat. There you are. You can come over here. Oh, there are the meat trucks. I forgot where they are. Wait until loaded. Now I'm going to change my mind because we can just use these. I want you... actually... Don't go to customs house anymore. Instead of going there, go here. Go to the prison. Unload there. Wait until unloaded. That's good. Customs house. No. And the road cargo station load. Wait until unloaded. Wait until loaded. Cool. And it's doing the thing that it needs to do, and they should have meat now, and that should make them happier. How's our stats here? Not great yet, because our overall loyalty is not what I need it to be. That's, well, that is the way it is. Cool, we have some flatbed, or steak cars there. We have some other stuff there. That is excellent. Let's add some more commands. For example, I want you to pick up meat, electronics, electronic components, mechanical components, food, clothing, alcohol. What else goes into this area over here? Fuel. It doesn't go in this area, but goes in this area. Fuel, and that I think covers everything that we care about there. I want you to unload that right here until the storage is 40% full. It's 60% full right now, right? 70% full. Yeah, make it 50%. That means these guys do no longer have to go to this cargo station. And we can just make sure that's this one. It is that one. We just turn that off. And now trains or trucks should just park there, and I can do something else with that whole distribution office, which will be nice. There's still a single truck driving for meat. Probably have to do something with that, but not right now. Is there something more to pick up over here? Yep, 2 more boxcars. Okay, got it. That's fine. I really like seeing when trains actually go out there and are super effective and super efficient by picking up multiple different resources, multiple different cargo types, because that's just beauty. Okay, you're home. You do your thing. Great. How many cars do we have currently? You have. It won't even show me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cars. Okay, we have 4 cars there. 4 cars still sitting here. So I need 4 more here to have 2 full trucks, 2 full trains actually being able to do their thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Barely had the money for that, but that's fine. And they still have to be picked up. There is that guy. Where's the other guy? I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. Let's get... Where is the other train? I need the little one because that one has to pick up the hoppers there once we're ready. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Found you. Okay, let's watch this one until we can actually get the last of the wagons out. Okay. Alright, that's saying there's nothing else waiting here, so I want you to go over here. Hopefully go there right away. Good. Now I can fill this up, and then I just rehouse the train. Oops. Wrong button. Change this, go to here. And once you're there, we should see a lot more activity with just general train driving around stuff. Which is exactly what we want, right? Yeah, it is. Oh, I also want the other... This train, instead of going back to the border, you just go right there. Then we're all good. Where are the... Who is blocking us? Obviously, they're all red. Oh, there's a train sitting right there. That's the problem. Let's do this. I will put simple signals right here. These will get replaced eventually. And I will put simple signals right here so the construction cranes can get out of my way. But having them be one way is actually not a good thing. So we'll just have to be a little more patient than what I want to be. That's okay. Yeah, it's still blocking it. And here, the game is not smart enough to say, hey, nobody's blocking this junction, so go. But that's okay. Yeah, once you're home, and you're home, and you're home, I expect this to stay empty again. Right now, obviously it doesn't. So that's all happening. This is all relatively full, which is good. We have our power supply too much. I should probably do something about that, but not right now. Yeah, that's what I have. Thank you very much for watching. This was more setup and making sure things are actually working, which they are now, which makes me very happy and should get us on a good path forward. I would like to get this government loyalty higher, but I need more loyal people to do that, so it's going to take a little while. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.